Hello out there in YouTube land, welcome to the OKGoodReview channel. And what we have here today is, so this is probably going to be the final, maybe, most likely this will be the final addition to my Office collection. And it is a character that Jessica Priest, She-Spawn, has been a character I've liked for a long time. And I've been kind of having an eye out for an action figure for her. So although I don't really love the Sean Lewis titles, the Scorched series and the King Spawn series, I am happy in Scorched, which is one of the newest spin-offs of Spawn, that Jessica Priest is back. And there is a comic book that she's enjoying at least some of the limelight in. And I really like this character. This is maybe my second favorite character in the Spawn world. Actually, if we look at the King Spawn and Scorch series, she's probably my favorite of those. If we look at the Spawn series as a whole, it's probably still Spawn. But Jessica Priest is a really, really cool character. So I was excited when McFarlane came out with this, and what's something I kind of find interesting is this: not a toy. I'm not going to be using it as a toy. Obviously, I'll be using it as a display piece to set up the final display that I'm intending on doing for my office. And she has a red mask rather than a black one. She had some sort of shawl, it looks like, on here, and there's some of the weapons that come with this. So it looks like we have two bladed weapons here, and then we've got a sniper rifle, some sort of machine gun, and another machine gun, it looks like. So, and there's also an additional hand that comes with this. I'm not quite sure why. I'm not going to be using any of those. I'll be using this right here for the display. You know, let's get rid of this glare. This is, let's get rid of this. I'm just going to... Okay, let's, oh my gosh, okay. Well, okay, they're really trying to keep this safe and secure. Good on you guys. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, that is swift. Wow, I wasn't planning on using one of those, but I'm thrilled there's a base that comes with this. You can actually use this background, I think, also. You know what's weird is that they didn't. They're using this sort of graffitied wall, but you could use this background. That is really, I might use this background, actually. Let's see if I can... Here's the problem, though, is that they glued this right into the background. I'm not sure. Can I get this out without ruining the graphics? Is kind of the big question here. Oh boy, that's really in there. This is really cool, though. This is a really good idea, actually. I might need a knife for this. You can see it's like cemented into the graphics. I really have to just kind of cut the edge here. Oh yeah, annihilate the graphic on top. Why don't I just ruin it? Why don't I? God, this is dumb. Why did they do this? Whoa, I'm dissatisfied with this. Okay. Oh, and it's it's hard plastic too. Look at this. Oh, this is batty. Why did you guys do this? I don't like this. I'm not a fan of this action. I'm gonna have to hide this if I use this now. Well, poop sticks. Okay, get out of here. I like the. Good Lord. I like this base plate though. This is slick. Here you go. I think I can actually. I think I can hide that though. You see, I annihilated the box trying to get this. Why did they do this? Like, why would you? This is a lot of trouble. Boy, I'm frustrated with this. This is a lot of trouble to go to. You print this really cool insert that clearly is meant to be used as a display, and then you put this in a really hard plastic, and then you glue it to the graphic. So either you have this plate in front of the graphic the entire time, which it looks stupid, or I just don't understand the reasoning that went into this. This is I'm getting frustrated over something that really I guess is probably not that important, but this is stupid. And they wonder why the toy market is going into the sink, right? Okay, well, that aside, let's look at some of the weapons here. So this is the main one I'm going to be using, this enormous axe. And I don't know how I'm going to balance this because I have in mind a motion scene for her. Oh, this is Flexi too. This is a cool axe. I really like this. Although it's, I mean, look, so she's I think a 7-inch figure. This is actually taller. The axe is bigger than the figure is. Oh, McFarlane. Love you guys, but that's silly. Okay, so there's an extra hand. This is, I don't know what this is meant to be doing. Probably not going to use that though. Okay, what else we got? We've got, how am I supposed to get? I don't like their approach to these snips. I really don't. See, look at these are just like buried in there. I don't understand how. No, probably not. Did I get it? No. This is dumb. You know, so I mean, what's the point here, right? You're saying, hey, it's not a toy. Did you mean it just never to come out of the packaging? I mean, what are we doing here? I don't understand these choices. And then they buried this. This snip is actually under the chain. So dumb. This packaging seriously frustrates me. All right, so we have, this is a different, this is like a heavy machine gun, I guess, because it's got, it looks like a belt feed here. All sorts of chain. Why do we have all these chains? Like, what's the point of the chains? I mean, I get it, the spawn lore and stuff, but like, what possible use is it to have all these chains on a gun? You know? Oh, this two guns fused together. What is this? So we have a clip feeding from the top. We have one pistol grip here. We have another. Can you guys see this? We have a grip here, another grip here, and this thing in the back, which it looks like there's another weapon that's strapped to what looks like a clip. And we have a handle on top. What is this? So that's what it looks like. It looks like this is actually just a bunch of guns fused together somehow. Why? This is like a small machine gun. See, there's just, it's a whole. Hopefully this is picking it up, but let's see here. Yeah, you can see it is a whole gun right here that is held on by the belt feeding into this other thing. So that's a barrel, that's a barrel, that's a barrel. Bottom thing is a barrel. There's another clip that's going on here. Another clip that's here. There's a grip here, another grip here. Okay, and then on this side, why? There's another. So this one doesn't have a trigger though. This one just looks like another clip. And we already saw those. There's another clip here and a handle. I don't understand what this is meant to be. Like this looks like just a bunch of guns, like molded together. That's weird. I don't understand that. I don't recall like a lot of her weapons in the comic itself. She's kind of like the team leader in that book. All right, so this is a fairly typical Spawn sword where you have sort of a spikes into the strap here around the handle. Oh, if you're punching somebody with a sword, like that's not a wieldy thing to do. I don't know why you'd ever do that. We got the sword blade there. All right, and this one I think I have. I hate this packaging. Like a lot of times I cut parts of this out during the unboxing process because, you know, it's not always the most interesting thing, but this is such a egregious pain that I'm leaving it in. All right, so we have here, this is just like a, so this makes sort of sense. You have two clips that are strapped together with, it looks like a ribbon from her costume or her hair or something. I'm not quite sure what it is. So this one, when this one is out, you can just flip it over and then shove the other one into the receiver, I think is the idea here. This one looks like it has a scope on it, possibly a laser sight of some kind here. But then it also has the eye notch there as well. So I'm not quite sure what. You wouldn't be able to see a lot of this stuff. One of these might be night vision or something, I imagine. This is a really weird setup, actually, because you'd have to look over, like if you're looking down this, you're going to have to look over a lot of stuff that is much higher than the barrel is. Kind of odd. Okay. And let's get to the sniper rifle, which actually is a really cool looking sniper rifle. One of my favorite video game series is the Sniper Elites. And those snipers, so we have what's probably a laser sight here. And this is, it looks like it's almost a 50 cal, or like in the Fallout, the anti-material guns. So you've got this, the barrel sight, and then probably a laser here. I'm assuming this is, I don't know what this is. Night vision, maybe another scope of some type. Trigger here. I don't know. I don't understand this. This is a really weird way of doing the trigger. I don't understand why this hand section is here. Odd. And then it's a clip bed as well, so it's probably a semi-auto. This thing, I don't know what this is. Maybe it's something for recoil shock absorbing or something possibly. This is a really cool sniper rifle though. But again, I mean, look at this thing. This is almost as tall as the figure itself is. In fact, let's get her out of there so we can do some comparisons here. Okay, so we have, it's really hard to see these snips too. I will get you out of your plastic prison, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna, who came up, like, seriously, who thinks of where to put these? I want to know this. I want somebody to tell me who comes up with where you decide to put the snips on figures. And why are they often such jerks about it? It's like a lot of times they just don't want the figure to come out. Oh, look at this one. This one is actually, I don't know if you can see it there, it's between the spikes. Why? Why? Okay, come on, you're free. Come on out. Okay. Goodbye, stupid thing. Okay, get all this out of here. I like the ones, I've seen a lot of them, they're just molded into the plastic, right? They're just set in there. Plastic is kind of molded behind them. I like that better. What's interesting is that there's this dulling effect on the top of her hair. And that is really curious because it's actually airbrushed out. And can you guys see that? This is actually airbrushed out in the box art, and it's not usually something that appears in the game either. Okay, so, and there was... So one of the airbrushing thing had her face a lot more visible. Here it looks like the hair is actually molded, and there's not a way of doing that. We all know how I feel about box art that doesn't represent the actual figure, right? I mean, I'm glad everybody can use Photoshop and whatnot, but is this gonna work? So my pose, I want, yeah, this will work, I think. So you got the usual stuff, hand rotation. We've got a joint here, actually a double joint here. I can't tell, the shoulder looks like it's probably a ball joint. And again, that. And we got a double joint at the knees. Got some hip swivels here. It looks like we have a ball joint in the midsection. Spikes on. Oh, she has high heels. How are you gonna run in this? Like, this is a combat character, right? Oh, you got a lot of cool ankle movement. This is a combat character, right? How, oh, the foot can do that too. That's pointless. Neat, I guess, but kind of silly. It's limited by the accessory here, though. You can't really do a lot of articulation there. Like, I know she's female, but what possible point is heels going to be in a combat situation? She's a combat character. She has a belt here. Looks like another belt for her crazy gun. We have a chain that actually is, oh, it's glued in place right here. We got some of this different shielding, spikes, asymmetric spikes. So these are a little stiff. Okay, little stiff, not too bad. All right, so we're gonna have her. So yeah, this is gonna be sweet. We can. That one might have to do it the other way. This might get in the way. Let's see if we can. Articulation we can get out of this. You can get a good look at the joints there. You get some really cool poses out of this. The pose I have in mind, I'm not sure this figure is going to actually be able to do. I will figure out something though cool for the display piece. And once I get that display done, it will be in my, so I am going to do an office collection video for 2022, which will probably be the last collection video. Not only the last office collection video, but also probably the last collection video in general. For the channel, as just a few of the different things have kind of run their course a bit. See, there are peg holes here. We can. With this hair, there's no way though. She's not going to stand without some sort of accessory like this. So let's just. Okay, all right. So we're gonna stand her up and. Okay, so we were going to do some comparisons. Let's get this out of the way so we have a nice white background there to do it in. Okay, and put her there. And okay, so the first thing is this weapon, which you can see is not... Well, we're just going to lean it against her. You can see it is a lot taller than she is, though. That's a good good couple inches taller than she is. Okay, and this is, it's a large gun, but it's still not too bad. And then we have the sniper rifle, which you can see is not quite as tall as her. It is very, very slightly. These are just obscenely big weapons. But everything, you know, everything is just with this character in this series, everything is just like this hyper sort of everything bigger than everything else. You know, kind of a feel to that series in particular. Just having this big, massive, huge thing. Explosive, perhaps, I don't know. But alright, so we're gonna see. So kind of the pose I have in mind for her is to, one of the things about this though, I don't actually love this face sculpt. I think the face sculpt is just okay, but I've been waiting for this figure for a while, so. Oh, this shouldn't be this hard. I mean, it almost always is with figures, though, but... Alright, so we need to do this one first. So I'm going to try to give you guys a little flavor of what the display I have in mind for this is going to be. I'm not sure how close I'm going to... Oh my gosh. I guess it's nice that it bends. Okay. Oh my... It doesn't lock in the way I would hope. There we go. What are you doing? Oh... Oh, there. Okay. So here's kind of what I have in mind for this. But I want to have it, yeah, further back, so she's going to... be set to strike, sort of a thing. Let me get this further back so I can get it in the frame. So the one... I kind of wish that they had it so I could put it lower to the bottom. And then move this one down further. I wonder if I can. Let's try it. This is a little wider. Okay, stop. Okay, let's try that real quick. I don't know if this is going to actually work. I think it just feels like it'd be more menacing if I could do it that way. Well, the one problem with that is then of course the design will put it so she's going to actually hit herself with it. Alright, so we're going to have to go back to the other way. That's a pity. I mean, I get it though. That's why, I guess why they molded it that way. Okay, so we want to have it straight overhead, like so. And anyway, something like that is probably going to be what we're going to do with the pose. Although I think I'm going to actually bring her legs into it as well, because she's not going to be standing stationary like this. She's going to be with a vehicle. So definitely check the Twitter for that display shot. Once I get that set up, I will post it there, as I've posted a lot of the other things. But I think I'm going to try to use this as a background too, because I really like this. And you can see it hides the stupid flaw that they sort of built into things for whoever gets this toy. So Yeah, overall, I'm really happy to have a Jessica Priest She-Spawn figure. This one, I like it a lot. I don't love it. The coloration of the hair I find a little funky, and I mean I'm not going to complain about more weapons. I don't really need any of those. I like to have bludgeoning weapons for the spawns, even though they use guns a whole lot actually. And there's even a spawn that is dedicated to being a actual gunslinger. I prefer the bludgeoning weapons. Like guns aren't really my thing, but giant oversized axes taller than the character definitely are. I also wish you could do a little bit different things with their hair, but again, not the end of the world. I'm thrilled to pieces to have this character because it's gonna work out well for a display. Maybe that's what I'm most excited about, actually. But glad to have it, and this is one of the good things about the Scorched comic book series is it gave us this figure. So, but anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this time. If you guys enjoyed the look at this McFarlane Spawn She-Spawn action figure and the accessories, please give us the old thumbs up, hit the red subscribe button if you've not done so already. If there's comments and notifications available and you care to use them, please feel free to do that should you care to want to. Whether or not, please come, like I said, follow us on our Twitter feed where updates to the channel are made by myself when they happen. And of course, you can find Twitter exclusive content such as display shots. In fact, that is probably the majority of the Twitter exclusive content is display shots. I've done a lot of them. And I don't do a whole lot of additional posting, so if you click on the media tab on Twitter, you can see most of those that I posted over time. If you care to do that, if you use Twitter, please come follow us. We would certainly love to have you there. But here it is, one last time, Jessica Priest, She-Spawn for McFarlane Toys. We will see you all next time. Bye-bye.